Welcome back to Raising Geniuses, and we're continuing the conversation on raising global geniuses. And in this podcast, we are joined by a very special guest because we've seen that parents and students dream of studying abroad, but sometimes it feels like something that is out of reach, something that is so far. But today, we're joined by someone who is helping bridge that gap. So, welcome to the show, Racheal. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're excited to have you and just to show us what looks impossible is a possibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe Rachel, you can tell us more about yourself and more about how you're bridging that gap.
All right. Thank you for having me today. My name is Racheal. I serve as a country manager for UNICAF. Maybe just a brief of what we do. We are an international organization. Our key mandate is to fundraise for scholarships. I think that is one of the things that people think is very difficult to get, because in each and every space that you go into, you find very few people that have secured a scholarship to study abroad, or you can literally count them. But again, we come from a background of being cognizant of the fact that education is not a privilege, it's a right at the end of the day. And so I think organizations should be coming together to fundraise so that there is more of access in terms of scholarships. So how do we bridge this gap? Then UNICAF came into this space with a very, very specific mandate to impact the lives of Africans, specifically Africans. Why Africans? Because there's a lot of competition outside there. So many continents, people from different continents compete for scholarships, and it's crazy outside there. So specifically, UNICAF targets Africans. So we fundraise and then facilitate Africans from whichever part of the world they are in to be able to access these scholarships and study at their own pace. So that's how we bridge this gap when it comes to education. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you said something about how we do not know a lot of people who, with scholarship.
Yeah.
And do you think there's a reason as to why so many people think of studying abroad, but from your experience, what you've seen, is there a barrier? Like, is there something that makes them not to be able to reach that goal from your experience?
Sure. I would say costs are very prohibitive, because if you look at today, if you want to study in an international university in the UK, how much are you talking about? 3.5 million, 4.5 million, 5 million, depending on the course that you're doing. How many families can actually, without strain, be able to raise such amounts of money? So cost has become something that has been very prohibitive. And then the distance, because you find some people have families, some people have jobs that they're doing. So it becomes very, very difficult for them to be able to attain that. Yeah.
Okay. So as you said, is there something you've noticed that, like a reason as to why people want to go and study abroad? Something that you've picked out, and maybe you can just highlight. Something that makes people.
Yeah. So there are several things that make people want to go and study abroad. One, it's the number one, they want to change environment. Number two, there's the aspect of the type of education. So, and how the education is being administered. If you look at most of our universities, before COVID, we didn't even appreciate online learning. So a lot of organizations are still stuck in the four-wall room where they want people to be 24 hours going to study in those particular classes. The generation we are raising now are talking about concentration span. So they want something that is a bit more flexible. So you find most of the time they want something that is going to allow them flexibility, affordability, and even accessibility. So a lot of people who live here because they want a better life, a better education. They also, or the certifications that they get from this particular university are rated high because of the accrediting body that actually give this accreditation. So there is the aspect of feeling I have a superior certificate because it's coming from this particular country, the pride that comes with it, and also just the fact that you are studying with a very prestigious university out there. So, and as human beings, you all want good things. And so, yes, that is the motivation, because also I find most of the time our local universities do not fast track when it comes to adapting to new syllabuses, technology, and all those things. Currently, we have a lot of information when it comes to AI. How many universities currently offer AI as a course to its fruition? Very few of them. So I think because of them not finding the courses also that they want to do in these particular spaces, give them the motivation to actually look for them outside there. Yeah.
That's so true, as you've said, because we've had a few guests here who are complaining about our current universities, where whatever they're being taught, especially tech courses, it's on the board, and someone is like, "We're still teaching Java on the board."
I know.
Yeah, and that's an issue.
Yeah.
So about UNICAF, what makes it different from other online learning platforms? Because you've seen some. So what's that? What makes UNICAF different, basically?
What makes UNICAF different is the aspect of being able to allow learners to be able to study online but self-paced. When I talk of self-paced, it means, Shalom, you can be able to work, you can be able to travel, you can be able to, do whatever you want to do. If somebody has a family, you can balance all that and still at the same time study. This is because we partner with the international university. Like now we have 3 universities in the UK on board: University of East London, Liverpool John Moore University, University of Suffolk, which are very prestigious universities. So instead of you leaving your current job to fly to the UK, the costs, the time and all those things, missing your family and all those things, you can actually continue just studying here, be admitted in University of East London, study for 2 years for your master's, and when you're done, you go and graduate. So it's that different. And then the other aspect is the semester based. So most universities do 3 to 4 month semesters. In UNICAF, we do module basis. So you just pick a module and do it. But when you feel like maybe in December and January you are engaged, you can stop picking a module and pick it in February. But if you even feel between December and January you've changed your mind, you'll still find a module. It's on-demand class, on-demand exams, and all those things that makes it very flexible for people. Unlike a normal university that would tell you between now and December there's no intake.
Okay.
Yeah. So why there's no intake? Why is a certain class holding you not to be in class? So there's nothing of that sort in UNICAF. You can get into a university at any particular point. You pick your course when you want to do it, the modules and all those things that you want to do. So that's what makes us unique, but also the aspect of flexibility. So you study online, you have audios, you have videos. We are very big on diversity and inclusion. So there is Braille for the blind. We have languages, French, courses, courses that you can actually change and do them in French. So there's the flexibility aspect, but also the cost. If you have to do a degree that would cost you 4.5 million, and then UNICAF would come in and give you a scholarship of 80%. That means you'll only remain with a few hundreds to pay for your course, and it's still University of East London, it's still University of Suffolk, and when you're done, you can go and graduate. So you see the unique aspect of that program brings in a lot of advantages and also allows you to live your life that you want to live, work, travel, and it really doesn't matter where you are.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in terms of time zones, because you said we can have that balance.
Yes.
Do we work with the Kenyan time zone or London? How does that look like?
What a good question. So when you talk about self-paced, it means everybody learns at their own pace. There's no specific time. If a Nigerian wakes up 3 hours before, there's a study group. They find the Kenyan person who was 3 hours before them, put in their discussions. They will pick it from where it is, answer theirs. The tutor has an online platform. You can be able to send your emails, reach them out and all that. So nobody really limits you. You don't have to stay awake because somebody's in London or somebody else is in here. So whatever time that you're ready to study, you actually just study.
Wow, that's reminded us also, we had someone who was in homeschooling who had that self-paced where you can just, I wake up at this time, I do my thing and go back. So I think, is it for a normal student, let's say, because I can feel like UNICAF has an advantage for someone who is working, someone who has a family, and for a student, is it something that, am I limited to, I don't know the duration of the courses, so is it something I'm limited to, I'll have, or is there an advantage if maybe I don't have a family? I'm a young person, so I do not have a family, I can decide I'm doing my module so that I'm done by a certain number of months or
so it's advantageous to everybody, because as a young person, Shalom, you'd appreciate if at this age you're not fully in school. You can actually look for a job and study at the same time. So it's not just for the people who are families, but commitment. You can do your morning job or afternoon job and do different things that you want to do, and then at the same time you're studying. So not specifically for those who are in the professional world.
Wow. That's really So right now we have someone who is watching us, and they've just heard about the flexibility and how different it is from our local option. The fact that they can still work, they can still study while they're here. If they're interested, what will that process look like? Like, where do I start with application? How long? And still, I sit, and now I'm in my first class. How can you walk us through that?
All right, it's a very simplified process, unlike many scholarships that would take you a lot of days to make an application, put in a lot of documentation, and then most of the time you don't even get response. Sometimes when you get response, they are very voluminous applications, so you get a lot of regrets. The only thing that stands between you and a scholarship at UNICAF is your qualifications, not unless you're not qualified. But the scholarships, as long as you're qualified, you'll actually get a scholarship. So what's the process? Being an organization, we work with different organizations to sign partnership together so that we can be able to pre-negotiate scholarships on specific organizations. So under Elimu tab, we will be able to share after this podcast a number and a link that they can use for the application. So it's a specific link that has already been pre-negotiated. In this particular aspect, you can give it up to around 80% scholarship, so that they only pay their 20% scholarship. So I will leave you with a number that they can call, they can send a WhatsApp message, then they will be attended to and assisted through the application process.
So it's just, is there like a time frame from application to when I see it, or we just?
So if you have all your documentation between 2 to 7 days, you are done with the application process. Between 7 to 14 days, you are admitted in a university and you can start studying.
Wow.
We've made it very seamless and easy.
Wow. So are there like, since now we're in the Kenyan landscape, are there like degrees or programs available for Kenyans that I think guys lean towards, or just I can just take any degree based on the programs that are there?
We have a variety of courses, from tech courses to health courses to management courses, communications, IR, very many of them. So not unless what you want to do does not really match. For instance, you cannot have done communication, then you want to do a master's in engineering. So not unless it's but if it's something that graduates, or it's compatible to what you're doing, there are several courses you can choose from in the different universities that we have.
Thank you so much, Racheal. So back to the scholarship. So you said as long as I've met the qualifications, the scholarships are for everyone. There's no limit. I think parents, you can hear that, because sometimes people are limited to the scholarships because you need to have this or you need to lack this. So you're saying the scholarships are free and open as long as I meet the qualification?
Yes, as long as you meet the qualification. Which are the basic qualifications? Because we are licensed by the Commission of University Education. So we need to ensure that the cutoff grade that a Kenyan university would pick somebody is met. The course that you're doing is actually, compatible to what you have done previously, or because now you cannot come from nowhere and you want to do a PhD in law. So things of that sort. So that is what we check. And then if you're qualified, the 80% is administered. You pay your 20%, you can pay a deposit, and then the rest you pay in installments. If it's a degree, it's 4 years. If it's a master's, it's 2 years. If it's a PhD, it's 3 years. But then we give a variation of, again, 3 years on top of each course in case something happens in the middle. So yeah, you for like masters, if it's 2, then you can have it up to 2 to 5 years, which most people don't get to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like come do my coursework online and then I'll just wait for now my graduation.
Graduation, yeah.
Yeah, which happened. So now I have to
Wait, yeah. So if you are in University of East London, you will go to University of East London, graduate in East London. Your certification is actually East London. So UNICAF is just the scholarship foundation that gives you the scholarship to be admitted in that university. And also the universities are onboarded online on our platform, which we call the virtual learning environment.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Amazing. So through this journey, Racheal, have you been able to see someone who went or studied through UNICAF and you can proudly say, wow, look how their lives were changed, or just one success story of someone that really inspired you in your work as you continue looking for scholarships and able to see how this is changing lives?
So many, Shalom. If I'd give examples, we have people who have just done their courses, gotten promotion in banks, in different positions. But the one that really caught my attention this year was when I went for a conference, and as we were doing our presentation, so later when we were mingling, the lady comes to me and tells me that, you know what, you from UNICAF? Yeah, I'm like, yes, from UNICAF. You people gave my father a chance to study.
Wow.
So I was like, your father? Because she's grown. She's almost my age. And I'm like, your father, so he studied long ago or what? No, he's actually supposed to graduate this year. No, he actually went for his graduation last year. So I told him, so at what age did he study? You know, he's very old, but he couldn't be able to go to school because he couldn't afford it. And so he took us to school, but he still had this zeal. So one day he came across this courses at UNICAF. And he told us to help him apply, and he applied, and you people gave him a scholarship. He studied. So he does not know how to use computer. So what he used to do, we used to download the courses and send to him, because the lady is grown, she's staying alone.
Yeah.
So he downloads the notes and sends to his home. He downloads the notes, he studies, he writes the answers and sends them back to the girl to type them and send them. And so he graduated last year, and I was like, she was really emotional, like, you people fulfilled my dad's dream, and that was really, really touching.
Wow. It's really amazing. It's really amazing. Wow, even a parent, wazazi, umesikia.
Yeah,
It's not
actually,
just,
we have partnered with different organizations, even international schools like Crawford. Crawford, we have their parents and their students actually who have earned scholarship from UNICAF. So even parents who, you know, at their workplaces, they stuck at the bachelor's and they want to do masters, this is an opportunity for you. Yeah, so it's an all-round program. Like I said, at UNICAF, education is not a privilege, it's a right, so everybody should be able to access. Yeah.
I think, as you're saying, people don't know that it's a right, and this comes with not having the knowledge.
Yep.
So we're trying to bridge that gap. And I would just like to know, if a parent is watching, maybe they have like a 6-year-old or a 10-year-old or a teenager or someone who's even 25 years. So to that parent, are there ways how they can prepare their children for these global opportunities early enough? Because you get to hear of people who went for scholarships while they're in high school. You just know of scholarships when, you know, you're done with high school and now you're looking for university. So being in that space, that you're able to see what is out there and also what is currently happening in Kenya, do you think there's a way as parents they need to prepare their kids for these opportunities?
There are several ways. Educational institutions nowadays attend a lot of open days. Yeah, I think each year there are very many open days organized individually by organization. Like UNICAF will be having one around February. So they need to keep up abreast to know where these open days take place. They go with their children, they get to see the courses available and see what is happening around the world. and be able to advise them in advance. The good thing is now education is really, really structured in a way that now parents can actually be able to start guiding their kids. Once you know the talent of your kid, then you can actually start, knowing the direction that you want them to go. And so with that, if they keep, following up on these open days, webinars that are run by organizations, we do a lot of webinars on that. They're able to start, wiring that on their mind, like there are these opportunities when I'm done with my high school and I'm done with my bachelor's, I can be able to access this. Yeah.
I think, as you said, the open days, because for a long time, I think people had this perception that, it's for a certain, as you said, we know going to abroad is expensive. So then the open day, you're like,
Yes.
if I step there, I won't
be afford. Yeah.
I won't afford. But I thank God for UNICAF. You're giving us such platforms. And I think there's, I don't know if you have something in this, because there's always people who, yes, they want to study abroad, but they know of someone who has been scammed.
Sure.
So how do you have an advice to, or maybe someone who was scammed and they were once bitten, twice shy, or someone who is not, those things of abroad, I don't trust them. What other things they need to look out for, or just advice, general advice on how to go about?
The reality is that every day there will be scammers. And even under UNICAF, we have had people who have co-created emails and telling people that to apply. So don't just go to any website and then you're seeing UNICAF logo there and then you are applying. Like I mentioned, you need to be more observant of the things that are around you. And so one of the things that I'll advise people, if you are dealing with any education platform agency, is it licensed by the Commission of University Education, because they need to have that certification, and it's a responsibility that is bestowed upon the learner for you to actually just call the commission and ask, who is UNICAF? Do you recognize them? A lot of people don't do background check on organizations. So once you do that, then you don't just also apply online where there are offices like UNICAF. We are based at West Park Suits or Gigi Road. So where they go there, talk to them, get to understand what exactly goes on here, instead of just blindly applying for these particular scholarships. But the most important thing is, we might be having all those things, but you're not licensed. And if the commission does not license your organization, then it means those particular universities you're representing are not accredited, or there is something that they're not meeting. And probably once you are done with your education, then you will actually not have a certificate that is actually valid.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah.
So I think, there's that part for due diligence on our side. So I think, as you've said, we need to check the commission.
Yes, the Commission of University Education.
Is this a number we can call?
Yes, when you go to their website, you find a number and you just call them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But also organizations are given a certificate into that regard.
Yeah.
So it is important to check all that.
We check. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Racheal. So as we wind up, what would be your final message to Kenyan parents, students, or just professionals who want to study abroad, or, as you said, get that accreditation from a certain university, but they feel like either it's too late or it's too expensive? This is not for me. What would be your final advice?
Look, Shalom, a few years ago, information was something that was very, very, how would I put this? Difficult to come by.
Yeah.
Some people would have to travel all the way from Nyeri to come to Nairobi to actually just get some information.
Wow. Yeah.
Today, the world has changed. We have mobile phones, we have computers and all that. You can get information at your doorstep, at your fingertips, actually. And so my advice is that opportunities are there. We just need to know where and how to tap onto them, because time waits for no man. Each and every day, there are new prompts coming in. AI is here. Everything is changing every day.
Yeah.
So for parents, I'd like to advise, and also professionals, students who are out there, to just make good use of your phone. Don't just go on TikTok to watch, challenges.
Yeah.
But you can use that same TikTok to know what else is available in terms of education. What can I do on my part-time? How can I earn money? And how can I, take advantage of opportunities? And so this notion of abroad is expensive, come to UNICAF. We can be able to guide you on the paths that you can be able to actually pursue.
Yeah.
And people have been here, done this. We have CEOs, we have managers, we have students, we have associations like Kenya Model United Nations, which is a student-based association. And we have most of the students who have finally graduated and taken these courses. So it's doable. And then remember, the competition is very high. And when you go to the job market, apart from the experience you have, they still need this certification to ensure that you are actually, you have done the contemporary things when it comes to the area of specialization that you're in. And so it is really, really important for us to upskill. And upskilling, learning should be continuous each and every day, because the world is changing, information is changing every day. What you knew yesterday, if you put in a prompt today, is totally different.
Yeah.
And so let's take advantage of this and also the opportunities that come by it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Racheal. As we finish up, we always have one last question to ask our guests. This is, what does raising a genius mean or look like to you?
For me, raising a genius, I am a mother of three kids, is not taking kids through school so that they top up in class. For me, raising a genius means that you are actually able to identify the strength of a child or a learner, so that you place them in the best opportunity. It is an exercise in futility to have a graduate student who has graduated, let's say, for instance, in an actuarial science, where at the end of the day, they're the best music director and they would be earning so much out of it. Or you have taken the child to a completely different career, because in the current world, all you think about is, law, engineering and all that.
Yeah.
But it's, for me, raising a genius is to identify the mind of a learner and get to know what is their best forte, what they can do easily, so that when passion meets expertise, then you can never fail. Because in days where you cannot earn out of it, passion will make you wake up and do it. And it is in that continuity, it is in that keep pushing on, that makes you hit the next level, get the next deal and all that. So the motivation should be in ensuring that we are all serving in the spaces that we feel passionate about. We can wake up even when there is no pay, and then we will hit that next level. So if you have to raise a genius, make sure that you're raising them in the aspect of in the aspect of them aligning themselves in something that they truly wanna do and they have a forte in.
Yeah. Wow. That's such a good way to finish the show, because we always say in tech, we had a previous theme where we're talking about parents identifying the passion, and you've actually brought it out also in not only in these things, tech, even in education. When you identify that passion, then you can be able to guide that child, and as long as someone is in their passion, they'll be a genius. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for your time. And as we always say, let's keep raising geniuses one episode at a time.